Welcome in, everybody. Let's be honest, we don't mean to offend the other days of the week, but this is the best one, isn't it? This is everybody's favourite. We can almost taste the weekend. It's so close. In fact, some of our good friends like Ed are well into their weekend already because they're in a time zone. That means that they've already started their Friday night. We've got some of our absolute favourites with us already. Isaac Lockett, first in, King of the Concussions. If you follow Isaac on Twitter, you'll understand that reference. Congratulations on all of your work this week. Ed is with us, road trip over. The King of Spain, the kind King of Spain, Coach Zanko is with us. Everybody's favourite Slovenian linguistic coach. We've got Belag that we're welcoming in. We've got Simon Thornley, who's helping us announce the weekend. A little update, Simon, little update. Video edited, ready for tomorrow morning. Another Save Ideas video will be released over on the Manager Seat YouTube channel. Callum Hayes is with us as well. Cal, we've got to be welcoming in Friday, haven't we, with a couple of shandies with Dad down at the local bar. Let us know where you are, where you're watching, what you're drinking. We've got Sean Poole with us. Bon après-midi, mamie. Bonjour to you, Sean. You managed to catch up on Wednesday stream yesterday. You were right with Pow when you said about a place being pronounced Poe. Said about a place being pronounced. It was Poe. It was Poe. We were so close. Zata Simpa, welcome into you. Good to see you. I hope your afternoon is going well. The coach is, well, I'd imagine you're drunk on champagne after guiding Melilla, who are a Spanish 4th division side who are based in Morocco. So an African team playing in Europe. Coach Zanko on his stream has guided them from the 4th tier all the way up to La Liga. And he's only gone and won La Liga. Next stop, the Champions League for that team. Tallis is with us afternoon. Dragoon is with us. Got to get down on a Friday. Simon, which one? Well, I can't say, Simon. I can't say. We don't want to spoil the surprise for people, do we? But not the most recent one that we had a script for, but the one that I had a script for quite a while ago is ready to rumble. Spencer is with us. Tailor Made Gaming just came here from a video about potentially the best database ever with a very similar looking guy in that. Here he is. Video out about half an hour ago over on the Manager Seat YouTube channel about a custom database that our friend from this very stream, Soccer Scenarios, has created. We did a little video together, a little project, if you will. We've made a video about it. It's out now over on the Manager Seat YouTube channel. Check it out. Download the database. You can manage clubs from some fabulous places, and Soccer Scenarios has arranged them into continental super leagues who qualify for a global FIFA Champions League. Looks like an awful lot of fun taking charge of a team from Japan. Looks very, very tempting to me. Rook is with us. He wanders in waves and then he's on the bike. Okay, he's on the bike. Greeno's with us. C'est vendredi, bienvenue à le weekend. Bonjour, Greeno, ça va? Callum is on the Heinekens. He's on the Heinekens. Pint for every bad pun. There will be several bad puns. You're in an awful lot of trouble. Monkey in the Fog is with us as well. Off to work in a bit, but couldn't miss the start. Assuming the Nibster will have 50 goals by the time it's done. I don't know about that. We have bad Nibster news. Shall we jump into the stream and show you some bad Nibster news? If it's classic Nibster, it's classic Nibster. He was on fire. He's only gone and got himself injured once more, hasn't he? He was up to 9 goals in 10 games. Let me just show you the little run of form. He got back-to-back hat-tricks. In fact, he's never scored. Oh, he has. He scored once for the club, but that was in pre-season. Every other game, he's been... In fact, I tell a lie again. He scored a single goal in that game. Ignore me. I was going to say he only ever scores in 2s or 3s. It's absolutely not true. He's injured himself for 7 weeks to 8. So we won't be seeing the Nibster this stream. Zata, can't lie, Llama. This is why I just go by Z. People struggle with my name. Okay, Z. Where exactly are you from? I'm going to say it's CM. Oh, I don't know with that name. Where exactly we'd be from? Let us know who you support down in the comments. Belag, with a bit of super chat, put it towards the transfer budget. Belag, you absolute hero of a viewer.
Good morning.
Well, welcome to Friday. Thank you very much for your generosity. Isaac, that sounds fantastic. What, putting that money towards the transfer budget? Or I think you're talking about Soccer Scenarios database. Hopefully, Scenarios will be in later on and we can all just give him a little ripple of applause for his work. But thank you for the generosity, Balag. It's always a treat on a Friday when you get a little tip for the work. Thank you very much. We've got Thoughtsy. You forgot you're at this bonkers club. There is nothing bonkers. Talis is going to love this, by the way. Here we go. Into the kits. There's nothing bonkers about this club whatsoever. It's just a fabulous anti-fascist left-wing football club. Refugees welcome is a banner they unfurled. Part of the French resistance during the Second World War. I've been itching to get my sticky mittens onto this club since I made a video about them in FM 2021 or 22. I'm excited to be here. I'm afraid, Monkey in the Fog. No, Sir Harvey. In fact, if we actually start talking some Football Manager for a moment. Amazing super chat there from Balag. Thoughtsy, you're absolutely right. Thoughtsy, I believe I'll be seeing you this evening, won't I? You're in a draft competition that I am, lending my expert eye to. We're going to put that in inverted commas. I think Coach Zanko's going to be there as well. Very much looking forward to that this evening. Very busy day. Video on the manager's seat. Cheeky little afternoon stream. Bit of punditry work on a draft competition this evening. Ooh. Gonna be a very busy boy today. You were thoroughly delighted to see me on the panel. Probably less so once people start watching. Anyway, our Harvey Nib news gets a little bit worse in that his replacement, whose name I forget, he was with the club so briefly. His replacement was Daniel Sousa, who we had on loan from Le Havre. They got fed up that he wasn't getting enough game time. He made one start, 6 substitute appearances, scored a goal. That was not enough for Le Havre. They've recalled him. So we are in a little bit of striker trouble. I am not going to deny it. I've dropped the ball a little. I should have been rotating Harvey out of the side a little more than I was and giving our lone striker more game time, but I did not. And now we've lost 2 strikers at once. We are in all sorts of trouble. The transfer window has closed. We can't bring anybody in. We're looking at best part of 3 months, 2.5 months till we can bring another striker in. So Harvey Nibs will have recovered by that time. It's not going swimmingly. Nigel just viewed and agreed to take a council sheltered accommodation flat this morning, signing the papers Wednesday. Now you just have to work out how on earth you're gonna manage to move. I'm never a big fan, Nigel, of moving. Very exciting news. Very exciting news. I always find moving accommodation a little bit of an ordeal. The last time we moved was quite a while ago, actually. We moved around a lot, and then we've been settled in the place we are now for about 13 years. But we moved the day before Christmas Eve. So that would have been, 2010, something like that. With a baby who was about 3 or 4 months old, with blankets of snow and ice, trying to drive a truck on some very, very rotten roads. It was not a lot of fun, to be honest. So you're from Z's from the team with your name in Spanish, though. You're very much a mongrel, various backgrounds, and this means you should know who you support. Name is Spanish. And this means you should know who I support. Ah, It's you're a Birmingham fan then, aren't you? You're a Birmingham fan. I'm with you now. I'm with you. I'm not the sharpest tool in the box, but I get there eventually. JM Thoughts, moving to York cost you so much money. Removal fan, they took your fans. They charged you 800 quid to take the fans off you. Unbelievable. Thoughtsy, hope you aren't moving far, Nigel. Now, if I'm correct, Nigel, you're a Man City fan, but living in Leeds. Am I in the right ballpark there? And Z, there we go. Z, keep right on, my friend. I get there eventually. Spanish name. Oh, so let me give it a little bit of Spanish then. So let's go. Vate Thimper. Hey, that little Catalan roll to it. Spanish is one of my worst pronunciations. I am far, far better at my French pronunciations, which is lucky, seeing as we are in Paris.
I'm English. We play the game aggressively, you know. It's normal for us.
Me and Joey just at language classes together, absolutely crushing it at the front of the class. He's been suspended twice. Guess you have it lucky. You just moved 10 minutes down the road 18 months ago. Yeah, don't let me dress up my dramas too much, Ed. Yeah, I moved 10 minutes. But it was still a very dicey drive going to the estate agents, which was half an hour away to pick up the keys. Just got to move a van and off you went. You love the road trips as well, don't you, Ed? Nigel, going to be a real deal for me with your mobility issues and no support network, I should say. But had to be done, really. So many plus points and wardens looking on you. I don't know what's wrong with my reading today, Nigel. So not so isolated as your current place. Well, that's got to be a win, hasn't it? More social interaction, more company, more support. That's got to be the name of the game. Congratulations on your move. Isaac's moved 6 times in 4 years between, this is what Gen Z kids write, 18 to 22. What a nightmare. Simon Thornley, there you are, just bringing a little bit of intelligence to the stream. Thiamper means forever, right? Ed, 3 at the back system. Yeah, I sailed into it as well, Ed. I'm going to show you the form in a minute. It's been all right. I have changed the system a little. I've pushed the midfielders were all in a defensive line, and I've pushed the 2 central players further forward, but definitely a 3 at the back, and it's working. Nigel, yeah, you're a citizen in Leeds. Thankfully, only about half a mile down the road. Greeno, moving is grim, but by your reckoning, your current house is the 20th you've lived in. Been here almost a decade. No plans to shift anytime soon. I'm with you, Greeno. We could move. I just don't want to. I just rather live here. And honestly, if we took my kids out of where we live right now, I think there'd be a revolt. There'd be a rebellion. Z, you got closer with the first name. Surname's still way off. And more like always rather than forever. Been here almost 10 years and no plan. Oh, sorry, I've started reading Greeno's message again. But yeah, roughly that sort of thing. Ed, 4th house that you've moved out of since your parents' place. Nigel, 5 times in 1995, but no mobility issues. And that's still a lot of work, isn't it? Have to say, you like this stream. I tell you what, that's a relief, Monkey in the Fog, because well, if people are actually going to start writing in the chat, do you know what? Can't stand this stream, then we're in all sorts of trouble. If only there was something you could click to indicate that. I tell you what, when the regulars are on brand, it's an absolute treat, isn't it? Shall we see how we're doing for likes? We've had 46 people in, 16 likes. That feels like a ravishingly low total to me. But hey, I'm just a humble yet handsome streamer going about his business. Ed, finally, you've got a large enough, I read that as piano first time, but it's patio, to keep some fish. I thought, why are you keeping fish in a piano? It won't play anymore. But no, you've got a patio to keep some fish. Lifelong dream fulfilled. JB's with us, a hero of the stream. Salty B is with us likewise.
Good morning.
A good afternoon to both of you handsome young gentlemen. Nigel, you're moving 3 bus stops down the line, about half the distance closer to the bus stop. So it's win for Nigel. Fog, we've been looking to move somewhere a bit more rural for 25 years. Not happening. I don't think I could live a lot more rural. I literally live in the middle of absolutely nowhere. It would be very Art Deco having a piano fish tank. Yeah, I don't know how I read that word so badly. The the reading's not great today. Keeping fish in a piano must be a tuna fish. Z. Sorry, Cal, if you're listening, if you've got the headphones on in the pub, that's a pint of Heineken there. There's a pun. That's pint bought for our friend Callum. Okay, we need to play some Football Manager, don't we? Because allegedly, that's why many people come. So let's get out of this. Let's show you the form, shall we? Here we go. You would need a large piano to keep those koi. Glad you were able to start a lot of decent conversation in the chat. Nigel, you're here ostensibly to contribute decent conversation to the chat. One of our most valuable, what do we call chatters? Chatties? Chatteroos? Chattanoogas? I don't know. Anyway, we played 3 games last stream, I believe. We beat Poe 2-1. Thank you, Sean Paul. We beat Bourg Paranay 1-0, 1-0. And we beat Avranches 4-1 as well. And then, do you know what? I'm so arrogant. I started playing a little bit that evening after the stream on Wednesday. And we won 3-1 against Llama. We won 1-0 against Orléans. And I started thinking, you know what? This is going really well. This is going to be an invincible season, this. We're going invincibles. And then we drew 0-0 against Créteil in a game where, yeah, we should have won. And then we drew 0-0 against... I'm not going anywhere near that, by the way. Sean Paul, if you want to phonetically put that in the chat. Cane Auselan. If I just pronounce it in English with a French accent, I feel like I've done the job. And then we lost. We lost a set. We weren't even that good in this game. We were better than the opposition marginally, but we weren't great. And I was still playing the defensive midfielders at this point. And old Jose Dominguez, who had been great for the first few games, had gone right off the boil, and well, the invincible season had gone. So I tweaked things. I think I tweaked it for the Chateau game. I tweaked it around about, maybe half time of this game, and I pushed the midfielders up a little. And we've now won 4-2, 3-1 against Bastia, and we beat Gold. Always believe in your 3-0. So we're back on a good little run. And we are playing Gonfreville in the Cup. 5th round already, although the French Cup has about 38 rounds to it. And then we've got Martigues and Concarneau, who I think are Breton, aren't they? They're Northerners. Oh no, it says they play in Orléans. I'm sure Concarneau is in the north. And we might even get to a cheeky game against Auxerre, but when we start creating our all-time Premier League... By the way, I'm going to show you this now, because I'm not sure I've explained this very well. I might have to explain it multiple times. During the halftime break today, do not, by the way, hold on. Do not go putting any of your thoughts down in the chat already. They're banned, absolutely banned. But today's halftime talk is going to be selecting our all-time Premier League players that have represented an AFC nation, which is Asian nations with the addition of Australia, not New Zealand. That's going to be our little halftime task. But that was not easy to explain in a short sentence, so I will be going over that multiple times. Sorry, I've missed a whole lot of puns here, haven't I? So Ed's going for 3 koi and 6 goldfish. Aren't goldfish also koi? Just little ones. You wouldn't keep a fish in a piano. Maybe a bass guitar, though. A bass guitar. Sorry, Greeno. A bass guitar. Or a sharpsichord. Benjamin Bessemer, thank you for bringing a little bit of sense to this.
Good morning.
Good to see BB in there. Eds is having a whale of the time. You've misunderstood the porpoise. By the way, spare a thought for young Cal Hayes, who said he's going to drink a pint of Heineken in the pub with his dad every time there's a pun during today's stream. I think you boys have just done about 6 in one go. Not a fish too soon. That Sleeping Dragoon, how dare you put Son in the chat? We're not doing it yet. You got to wait until you hear the half-time whistle. We've not heard that half-time whistle yet. When you hear the sound, that's when we'll be doing it. You've changed. You were hoping for some Norm. You can have a cheeky Norm.
Afternoon, everybody.
Norm's still there, don't you worry. But now we're in France. We are also bidding everybody.
Good day to you.
Cal, I tell you what, that's the last thing Cal's going to spell correctly. He's on about 4 pints already. Dragoon, yeah, call your jets there, Dragoon. We're not ready yet. Call your jets. Half time, your best Asian/Australian players to play in the Premier League. Let's see how many great players we can get. Okay, we are playing Gonfreville. Let's check. Are they even the division below us? The French National 3 Normandy. I don't know if that is the one below us. But we need to rotate, and we need to rotate heavily to keep people fit. So, pick a fully rotated squad. Let's see what you come up with. Chibotso. Okay, this is not that rotated, is it? Although I suppose we don't have that many players. New goalie. New back 3. Both fullbacks are new. I like that. Ondo and Gosse is new. And Fande is new. It's just Dominguez and Chibotso. But we can live with that. We don't want a goalkeeper on the bench. No. We get Malachi Boateng on there. And let's get out there and play some French Cup action. We'd like to make a little progress if we could, even though we are playing a second 11. Oh, Nigel, that could be good news. I think they're 2 or even 3 below. Fabulous. Gary Cahill and Tim. No, Dragoon. That was the other day. We're just going for players from the Premier League. I knew I was going to not explain this well enough. Players from the Premier League that have represented an AFC nation. I was thinking of goalkeepers, and my mind instantly went towards Ali Al-Habsi, played for Wigan, and Bolton Wanderers, I think. But then you've got Bosnich, and you've got Schwarzer, and I'm pretty sure Liverpool had a sub-goalie who was Australian, who then went off to play in the Netherlands. Got Matt Ryan, of course, I think, who played for Brighton. But anyway, look, we're not discussing this yet. You get your thinking caps on. Brad Jones. Is that his name? Brad Jones. I think he had a bit of personal tragedy, didn't he? Quite sadly. Go out there and impress me. And yeah, I think he made a few appearances for Liverpool. And then he went and played in the Netherlands for somebody. Pompey had a Japanese keeper, Greeno. I was trying to think of Japanese players who'd played in the Premier League. I remember Arsenal having... Is he called Hidetoshi Nakata? who I think played for Perugia in Serie A, as well as then I think he played for Arsenal. And then Arsenal also had another Japanese player who was actually pretty good. I can't remember his name. Maybe I've told a lie. Maybe Nakata didn't play for Arsenal. Maybe I'm confusing them. JM thoughts. Lyle Taylor was on Forest bench this season and played for AFC Wimbledon. Behave yourself. Please. We're talking about the Asian Football Confederation. Not AFC Bournemouth and AFC Wimbledon. Can you imagine? Mfande to cost. Poor chances. Z, you wandered off to find some lunch, did you? What's the theme? We're just warming them up. I've just been oiling the wheels, Z, rather than getting too far into it. But every stream, we like to have a little half-time break. And I always like to give the chat something to do during half-time. When we get to the half-time break today, we're going to be trying to pick an 11 of players who all played in the Premier League but represented AFC, that's Asian Football Confederation teams. And I banned any suggestions going early in the chat because we'll only forget them later on. But they've done it anyway. I always get overruled by these people. Yes, we've got Sunji Hai. We've got Mayachi. Inamoto's the player I was thinking of at Arsenal, wasn't it? And he was actually pretty successful, I think. You've got Maichi at Arsenal. Don't think he ever played. Arsenal have got a Japanese right back now, don't they? Is it... I forget his name. I had him in my fantasy team at the start of the season. Looking for the best or the most unique? I think we're looking to make the strongest team that we can as Mafande powers us into the lead.
Le triplé! Eh oui! 3 partout! Pour l'instant, c'est tir au but, mais il va rester du temps.
So yeah, I think we're going for the best quality. So I'm guessing some of our Australians might have a chance getting in there. Hules, Vidukas, if you will. Nakata is... So Nakata did not play for Arsenal. I completely made that up. But he did play for Bolton. I thought Nakata came in at Arsenal for a very short amount of time. Absolutely. Tomoyasu. That's it, Talis. Tomoyasu. So yeah, some good Japanese players that have played. Where we're going to struggle, by the way, and I'll very quickly just pop it back on for us. Where we're going to struggle is a coach. I can't remember an Asian or Australian coach in the Premier League. See, Big Ange is up at Celtic right now, but I can't remember an Australian manager in the Premier League, or indeed a Korean, Asian manager of any description. Yoshida is a good shout. Chris Wood can't have, because oddly Australia decided to join the AFC so that they would have more competition. By the way, we're at 1-1 now with a team who are about 83 tiers below us, whilst we just nonchalantly discuss Asian footballers in the Premier League. But yeah, New Zealand decided to continue to be a member of the, what, I don't know what you'd call that confederation. Is it the Australasian Confederation? So whilst they continue to compete in international tournaments with the likes of Fiji, Samoa, Australia, of course, compete in AFC competitions. He's offside anyways. He fires it at the keeper. So, well, Filipino Neil Etheridge would be a good shout and did play in the Premier League for Cardiff for a short spell. Whether he'd get in ahead of Bosnich and Schwarzer, I don't know. As we pick up yet another injury. And by the way, look who's here. Look who's here.
Good morning.
It's only soccer scenarios. Your ears have been burning. Soccer scenarios. By the way, I don't know whether you have that that little that little saying in North America, your ears are burning. That means we've been talking about you. And the great database that you've put together. So welcome in. Video's been out about an hour now. Hopefully it's flying along. Hopefully it's getting a few views. That is a very irritating injury, by the way. And the fact that we're 1-1 against a team who's only had one effort on target, and that's a penalty we gave them, is equally irritating as we strike the crossbar. Are we about to get knocked out of the cup by some nondescript team? I tell you what, it could happen here. It could happen. What else have we got? Talish, shame we can't have Honda. We can't. We would have been motoring with Honda, but we can't have that. Cal, there's another pint for you, by the way. Get to the bar. Buy your dad one whilst you're there. Come on, don't be stingy. Absolutely not happy with that performance. John Douglas, did Harry Kewell do any coaching? I don't believe so. I know he was manager at Crawley, amongst others. Are we 2-1 down? Oh, for goodness sake. Here's me lauding our form. And we're now 2-1 down to a team of amateurs. Oh, good Lord. Yeah, we might have to make this a stream. You're right, Dragoon. We'll stream long enough for Big Ange to move to Spurs. And then we can have him as the coach. Oh, this is rubbish. We're going to have to bring on some of the better players, aren't we? Why are they all mixed up as well? What have we got? So Dominguez playing rubbish again, by the way. Again, he's playing rubbish. I have to bring Bonnie on to try and rescue the situation. We've got a left back who's just all over the shop. So Bugsy Burrows is going to have to come on. We're defending abysmally. So Corian Darber's going to have to... He can't come on. We don't have enough substitutes. Okay. Oh, no. I don't want the embarrassment of getting kicked out of the cup to what Nigel was saying is like a tier 38 side. Oh, Lordy. Have we won a penalty now? If someone's handled the ball, he could be in trouble. Have we got a lifeline here? 2 shots they've had in this game. Who's stepping up? Is it Bonnie? It's Boateng. Ooh. Wouldn't have had him down as a penalty taker. He's clearly not. Goodness me. Goodness me. He squeezed it in. What have we got? I'm missing chat here. You're all getting very carried away here. Sean Paul, Viduka and Kuehl. Yep. Big chance of them being in. Can you throw a massive left field shout for manager Andy Morrison, who is Scottish, and he played in the Premier League for you say Rovers and City. Who are Rovers? Is that Blackburn? He's now the manager for Sri Lanka. I don't know. He didn't represent an Asian nation himself? Oh, for God's sake. Who on earth is playing in goal? What even is this? What's this? Oh, for good Lord. We've conceded 3 goals to this shower. They've had 3 shots. Right. Bonnie, do that. You do that. All of you, just do that. Honestly, it's at times like this that the bad language comes out. Dag nabbit. 13 shot. We've only had 1 more shot on target than them, to be fair, and one of those is a penalty. Let's berate them. Even if they equalise in this passage of play, they still deserve to be berated. Burrows, Boateng, you've got loads of space out wide. Don't give it to him. Okay, they loved the berating. Chibotso, weird little flick on. Mfande, nothing doing. Rojas, Boateng's got the ball on the edge of the box. He's gone out wide. Good ball in. Oh, lordy. We're going to go out of the cup. Here's me talking about with like a money-spinning run to the later rounds of the cup. These clowns are not on board. This is worrying because the injuries are starting to mount up now. So these players are going to have to start getting some game time in the league, I think. And well, they're not as good as the players that they replace, are they? Dor to Bondo to Boateng, Chibozzo, Bonnie. Oh, okay. There's no pride in that goal, by the way. No pride. 3-3. So, Sean, yeah, Viduka and Kjell, absolutely. Tallis, he did manage in the lower leagues of England. So I guess he represented he did represent an AFC nation, didn't he? And he played in the Premier League. So, yeah, he could be our coach. He's not coached in the Premier League, but I guess. Z, you've looked through the list of every EPL manager ever because you didn't think there was one, and there isn't. Closest might be Avram Grant because of Israel. And well, I guess another little push would be like Carlos Queiroz, who's Portuguese, born in Mozambique, but has managed Iran about 25 times. So has managed that, but was never really a manager in the Premier League, nor a player, I suppose. So that's a rubbish suggestion. Socks Norris, yes, that is a saying here. Ears are burning is a North American saying as well. Ed, we're going for Park Ji-sung. We're going for Kagawa. We're going for Okazaki for his title. Oh, that's a good shout, isn't it? Title winner with Leicester. Benjamin, do you know what? We're going full Fergie at full time, regardless of how this shambles of a penalty shootout goes. Don't change your mind is always what I tell the youngsters. Why are we in a penalty shootout? Why? In fact, why? He's about to strike the ball. Why are we watching it from this angle? We all know you've got to go behind the goal. Okay. Does he score? Look at his body position. It looks like that's going into the corner. Boateng's already scored once during normal time. Here we go. No, of course he doesn't. He's tried to Panenka the keeper right into his hands. Brilliant. Brilliant. Great start. He's giving it the old John Bostock at Wembley. Brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, we've saved it, though. Let's try and zoom out a little bit there as well, because the score is getting in front of the goalkeeper's work. Come on then, Bonnie Tyler. Get us into the lead. Here we go. Total eclipse. No. No. Turn around, Bright Eyes. Not your time, is it? Okay, here's Morris. Come on, Mo. Gonna shut him out. Oh, we have. I tell you what, it's a shootout for the keepers here. What else we got in the chat? We got Aaron Moy, of course. Chibozzo. There we go. JB, how are we doing? Sir Llama of Luzerne. I was doing very well, and then we took on a non-league team in the cup, and wow, honestly, we're getting embarrassed. We're getting embarrassed. Thoughtsy, did you hear you've got a new club? You completed RZ. The cheese board is done as Bugsy Burrows took his penalty away. I did not hear about the new club, Thoughtsy. Tell me who it is. I'd imagine you've just been at RZ. The reputation's looking pretty good. We've got to score this last penalty here. Oh, good Lord. Who's this new viewer? Here we go. I like Papa Doodle, Papa Smoothie, Lassoonies. Tell you what, it made me work hard for that. Hello, welcome in. There's an Aussie goalkeeper at Charlton who was on loan at Gillingham before he damaged his shoulder. Got No Game is with us as well. Some of the regulars.
Good morning.
Starting to roll in. Oh no, we're going to sudden death against a non-league team. The keeper does need taking out back. That is going to be arranged. Oh, I thought we put that over the bar. It's actually a great penalty. Great penalty. Harry Suter is a good shout. Cahill, Lucas Neal. Benjamin, you believe the FM gods have, as the content creators say, FM'd you? Yeah, well, I mean, you shouldn't be letting in 3 goals against a non-league side, should you? Charlotte Dujardin, Olympic gold medalist in equestrian, she tucks away a penalty. Great match for the neutral scenarios, yeah, but Bondo's going to miss this penalty now, isn't he? Oh no, he stroked it home. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Sean, you could have a Guhus Hiddink in charge on that philosophy. Didn't he manage Australia and South Korea, of course, at the World Cup, I believe? Talislow's the cannon. Leia Damers. Oi, oi, oi.
Good morning.
Great to have an absolute hero of the stream with us. We all know this only happens because Leia Damers holds my stream together with sticky tape. Oh no. No. Right. If high scores, we're out of the French Cup to a team from tier 407. Come on, goalie. Come on, goalie. Oh,
do I not like that? So go.
Well, there's a start to the stream, isn't it? So, good performances from all 3 strikers. And then, it's not even like the defence have played that bad. They've had 4 shots on target, scored with 3 of them. We've got an XG of nearly 4. It's just the water bottle. It's just the water bottle. It's just... And this is going to be something that's going to come up in job interviews and press conferences from here to eternity now. Oh, do you remember the time that you lost to an... Anyway, Z, what do we got? We've got Gian Bash, who was pretty average at Brighton, but then went to Eredivisie. I haven't been to RZ, I can't remember, and was absolutely superb, or still is. So that's a good shout. JB, the penalties. The Northern Mariana Islands could give these boys finishing training. Hang on, I'm doing it again. I'm giving it the big one. Papa Doodle, Papa Smoothie, Lasunis. That's your dog's name. It's also a great username. Welcome into the stream. Let us know where you're from in the world and who you support. Thoughtsy, you're making some hamburger. Oh, St. Pauli. No, you've gone to the far right city rivals of Hamburger SV. Mid-table last year, predicted to struggle. Isaac, nobody has said the name of the best player you've watched live yet. Help us out then, Isaac. Who's that? Talis Matoma, I think so. JB Klinsman manages South Korea now. Poor old South Korea. Leia Damish, you wish you could take the pens instead. They're just terrible. Oh, we're about to lose another lone player as well. Oh, just does it matter where he's playing? Oh, I don't want to lose him. I don't even know what. Oh, it's getting bad now. Door still ready to put himself on the spot. Do you know what? I'm not sure you're going to get asked again, Jules. Goalkeeper Leroy makes his Red Star debut. I'm going to wager that's probably going to be Leroy's only ever game for Red Star. Absolute dross. And Fande did well. Okay, we'll praise you. Red Star manager slams the team, as is his right, I think, after that. Stephen and Mason, sacre bleu to you, my friend. Sacre bleu.
Good morning.
That XG. Ouch, indeed. The third goal long punt from the keeper is troubling. Yes. This screams a title on paper. Saying hi says bye to Red Star Paris. Yeah, that's got Super Cali Goes Ballistic vibes, hasn't it? Papa Doodle, Papa Smoothie Lasunis is from Guyana. which is on the north coast of South America, isn't it? But technically part of the Caribbean. Am I right in saying that is, what, fabulous, fabulous part of the world? I imagine it is. JM Thoughts, wait, what, far right? And all the RZ hooligans, my. Well, they're considered more right-wing than, well, St. Pauli make anybody look right-wing. Hamburg deny being right-wing, but yeah, they had a lot of far-right hooligan trouble in the sort of the 80s, 90s. Which was a juxtaposition to St. Pauli's kind of beatnik, left-wing, liberal kind of stance. So yeah, you're managing a far-right club again, JM. Which I'd say is kind of like in a contradiction to your own personal politics. Isaac, Ki Sung Young, really underrated at Swansea. Watched him during the Olympics against Mexico. Do you know what, Isaac? I watched him in the Olympics against Mexico. Did you go to the Olympic Games that were at Coventry's Ricoh Arena? Because I watched Mexico and South Korea play, and it was at the Ricoh Arena in Coventry. But there was also another game on between Switzerland and somebody else, so I could be mixing up who was playing who because it was 2 games back to back. You might have watched it somewhere else. The Dibble's French cousin indeed got no game. I think you're right. Don't know if they were mentioned, but Jisung Park. By the way, the half-time whistle's not gone yet. We've got to remember all of these names. Nigel, you're taking over a TJ save. You won the championship with Bristol in 2032. Well done for not declaring which Bristol, by the way, there. That's very neutral. And in the congratulations message, it brought up Tony losing in one of Irish part-time cups 5 years earlier. There you go. This is haunting me. The Real Madrid board will mention this in my interview at the end of this season. JB, so you're going to get sad, panic, and move to Barnet now. Gary McSheffrey, talking of Coventry. Is the Barnet job available? Did you see it? Right, let's go. Sameda Varela unhappy. Oh, for goodness sake. What is it with you people? Right, I'll tell you what. Oh, I've clicked the wrong button. I was about to say I'm just going to tell him to get stuffed, but I've actually just appeased him. Not going very well, this is it. Ed, you would have the midfielder in the DM strata, perhaps on support duties if you want to link play. I had them like that, and I changed them. I'm not at all opposed to changing them back again. If you're short at striker, continue a double AMC behind. I'm not sure I have that either. A magic box with 2 central midfielders. GB, welcome in, GB.
Good morning.
JM Thoughts can be the name of his Guardian, his opinion column in The Guardian, where he whines about Yobbo's diversity and being cancelled. Isaac, I did not. Oh, you watched the same group at St James's Palace. Gabon. Pretty sure Aubameyang played, yeah. So I watched those same 4 teams play, but it must have been in one of the other group games. And I watched it at Coventry. Thoughtsy, it's okay. You'll go to Liverpool one day, either to make some live pate or some toffee. That will make up for it. You've already had to strike Valencia off the list. I'm guessing that's to do with incidents. That was last weekend, wasn't it, with Vinicius Jr. I just love saying this, by the way. Papple Doodle, Papa Smoothie, Lasuni. Yeah, you're from Guyana, but you live in Liechtenstein with your girlfriend, who's half Liechtensteinian or Steinian. Let's go Liechtensteinian, and half Ethiopian. So you're like a globe trotter then. What's life like in Liechtenstein then? Have you ever been to see Vaduz play? One of the best saves in Football Manager. FC Vaduz, who are from Liechtenstein, play in the Swiss League, but also play in the Liechtenstein Cup, which they tend to win every year, qualifying them for Europe. But if you take charge of them of FM and win the Swiss League, because they're not from Switzerland, they can't take part in the Champions League. So the only way you can win the Champions League with the Dutz is to win the Liechtenstein Cup, then win the Conference League, qualifying you for the Europa League, win that the next season, qualifying you for the Champions League as winners. And then you got to win the Champions League as well. What a challenge. What a challenge. Benjamin. Well, at least you can go to Sevilla, as they have 2 La Liga clubs and the best oranges in the world. Well, there you go. Papple Doodle Papple Smoothie Lasunis. I'm getting quicker at that. You support the Dutz. It's your favourite Liechtenstein club. Your girlfriend's brother supports them, and you've really a close relationship with him. Forza the Dutz. So if you're in Liechtenstein, you've got to speak some languages there. Then what? So, what do they speak in Liechtenstein? Is it German? Clearly, you do they, like Swiss, do they speak French and German, or do they just speak German? Papple Doodle Papple Smoothie Lasunis. I'm getting quicker and quicker. You actually speak 7 languages. Crumbs. So you got, I'm going to say English and German. I'm saying being in the South America area, maybe a bit of Spanish as well. I don't know. Do you also speak a little Ethiopian that you've learned through your good lady friend as well? Come on, let's know all 7. Scenarios. You feel like that has to be the hardest challenge of them all. 3 years of things going completely right to get a shot at 1 season. Yeah, I reckon that's a very tough challenge. I will not show you how many thumbnails I have for YouTube series, whereas I was thinking of starting that challenge. I thought about it for FM 21, 22 and 23. Right, we're playing Marty Gay, and I don't know. Let's get everybody that played in the last game as far as possible from the squad, because they are an absolute shambles. Gaza and Vida comes back in. Where's Baggett? Where's my left back? Here he is. Okay, so Semedo Varela has just thrown a wobbly because he's not playing. Okay, in you go, sir. Where's my very old right back? Van der Meersch in. Yep. Hey, don't disobey me. In you go. Okay, and then okay, so maybe I don't like this anymore. And Dominguez is playing like absolute poop. Apart from getting an 8.5 and a 7.9. But apart from that, look at this for a run. 6'4", 6'7", 6'6", 6'5", 6'2", 6'5". Is he inconsistent by any chance? No, he's very consistent. What? What on earth? Okay, so ball winner and Segundo then. And Malachi in. And Etienne Camera in. If I remember correctly, Liechtenstein pay to use the Swiss postal network. What do you mean, if you remember correctly? Who misremembers a fact like that? They nearly joined Switzerland as a canton, but they'd have to lose their monarchy, so they didn't. Darren Taylor, welcome in, Darren.
Good morning.
Ed, is that the system you would need in that system you would need good substitutes for the wing backs and central midfielders? No. Not an option, Ed, I'm afraid. Don't have those good substitutes, no. So, Papple Doodle Papple Smoothie Lasuni, English, German, Arabic, Aramaic, French, Hindi. Your mum is Indian, of course. And a slight bit of Mandarin, as you studied for a while in Malaysia. You really are a globetrotter. What a life. Ed's just got back from Malaysia and loved it. I tell you what, Ed, you are a globetrotter as well. You're always on your holidays, you. You don't by any chance work or your family work in diplomacy? No. No. But what a selection of languages. By the way, watching a movie with some students today as we're stuck inside with testing going on, they chose Ratatouille. So you're now working in the kitchens of Paris, are you? Congrats, welcome. Try and get to a Red Star game whilst you're watching. In fact, no, let's change that around. Let's have Bonnie as the more withdrawn. Okay, Gosse comes out. That's what. There's no midfield on the bench. Okay, let's do that. So these good wing back options. Well, yeah, we've got good options at right back. Sorry, at left back, but right back. Ugh. I was attracted to his £275 a week wages, but yeah, not very good. You and the girlfriend are getting married before. Hang on, you're getting married before getting engaged. That's the Ethiopian. How does that happen? That needs some explaining. Get married before you get engaged. That's interesting. Dragoon, is that a little cheap shot in my direction there? Nearly as many languages as me. Hold on a second.
And this is tough. This is a tough job to do. Doing an interview in France, in English, with a French accent.
Thank you. David knows. Hey, doing the Lord's work down here. Oh, so you don't actually get engaged. So how do you know you're getting married if nobody has asked the other if you want to get married? It's very confusing. It's a tradition from the small village she is from. Fabulous. So are you getting married in Ethiopia, or are you getting married in Liechtenstein? Or are you having multiple ceremonies in different nations for sort of different family members? What an adventure. And have you been to see Veduts play? That's the big question. Luke Hall, good morning to you.
Good day to you.
Does anyone else get disappointed when they see the confirmation email and it turns out it's just a staff member? I would be delighted to see that confirmation email for staff members because they're not letting me bring any in. They've got me an assistant manager and a coach, and that's all they'll have. I expect nothing but a win here. Okay, that's rallied the troops. When the parents agree that... Oh, right, so the parents decide. Wow, how interesting. This has to be a win. Forgive me, by the way, for switching my attention to Football Manager, which I know is fairly unforgivable in these streams. We don't focus on it much, but I have a bad feeling about things at the moment. I'm not going to lie. But if we could get a win here, yeah, maybe we're back on track, and maybe it's just because I rotated the team. 2 shots, one of them on target for an XG of 0.02. That's not great. We're behind the goal for our highlights still. That's not great. Let's get back over here. Is this going in, by the way? Oh, he's giving it the biggie there as well. That's the rugby conversion foot, that. Look at that. This is going over the bar. Oh, it's not. Oh, there's a penalty. Was Chibotso had his shirt held? Come on, then. We could have kept it on behind the goal highlights for this. Here's Dominguez. Oh, he's not in form. Oh, no, he's tucked it away. Tucked it away.
Le triplé! Eh oui! 3 partout! Pour l'instant, c'est tir au but, mais il va rester du temps.
Needed that goal as well. Good Lord. Okay, good start. I wouldn't say that is indicative that we are at our attacking best. It was a clumsy penalty conceded from a direct free kick. What can we do here? Bonnie's on the ball. Chibotso. Bit of hold-up play from you, sir. There we go. That'll do. We've got our left-sided centre-back playing ahead of our left wing-back. Not sure what they're a bit confused about. Camera. Mbida playing it around nicely here. Oh, that's a nice ball as well. Square it across the box. All right. Lucky, but we will take it. So your whole family and her family are all going on a tour of Austria, and you're getting married in Austria. And you met your girlfriend while in Malaysia. Goodness me. All of those countries that you're both linked to, and you're not getting married in any of them, you're going to Austria instead. And you manage Vaduz in FM. Well, so you are taking on the toughest challenge in all of Football Manager then. Beautiful. I've done a video about Vaduz as well. I did a video from a couple of FMs ago about clubs that play in leagues that they're not from that country. My intuition was wrong. You're rolling them. What, the opposition? In 2038, you won the Europa League. Did you really? So you had a shot at the Champions League. Cool, you're a long way in 2038, aren't you? That's quite the grind. By the way, I've seen some people do the same challenge with a database that brings in the Swiss kind of like lower leagues, and I think they took on another Liechtenstein club. Is it Bowsers? So they start kind of like in the lower leagues of Switzerland. Again, that's a huge challenge. Why is it messed up the order of my team again? I don't like that. Okay, you're coming on there, sir. Midfield. Camera. Oh, by the way, when I was playing offline by myself, and I thought last stream I had the revelation that I could make more than 3 subs. I could actually make 4. I was playing off stream. I had the revelation I could actually bring all 5 on. For the first 6 games of the season, I'd only been using 3 subs. So I can bring 5 on, try and rotate the squad. The trouble is, we don't really have a very deep squad anymore. Lost a couple to injury, lost one that's returned to their parent club. So there's a bit of work to do during the January window, and very little budget to do any of it with. So thinking caps on there, I think. Oh dear, they've gotten behind the back of us. I need a defensive formation to switch to, don't I? I need to train one. Oh, can you not play there? I thought you could. Okay. Try that instead then. There we go. There we go, go. Let's try and see out the game. Thoughtsy, it's good to do it with Swiss lower leagues. Yeah, well, you of course have done that yourself. So I think there was a club in there called Bowsers, Thoughtsy, who are also from Liechtenstein. Pappledoodle Smoothie Lasuni. It's an online save with your future brother-in-law that acts as your scout affiliate club. And Dragoon, just the water today. Absolutely, just the water today. We're not pushing the boat out. It did have copious amounts of ice in, but that's all melted. So it's just melted ice, really. Burrows. Oh, what a ball! What a ball that was! He done that with the outside of his foot. Yep, just on the water today. So you've got a team of Guyanian, Ethiopian, Liechtenstein, and Indian players. Yeah, wheeler dealer time, Stephen. And a few from other countries that you're going to sell. Oh, don't equalise here. Okay. Nigel, that is a brilliant team of journeymen. There's a few Liechtenstein's clubs. It was surprising how often Vaduz didn't win the cup. What was also funny is having all the lower leagues loaded for many years, which means the Liechtenstein national team was immense. I remember when I was playing Border Adventures, I obviously had the Swiss League loaded for that save. And Liechtenstein had some fabulous new gens. One of them went on to play for Tottenham, was worth over £100 million. I bet Papadoodle Smoothie Lasuni would love a £100 million new gen striker coming through. You can invite me to the wedding. It's a tradition. What's a tradition? Inviting llamas to weddings. Never been to Austria. Pre-match press conference. Oh no, post-match press conference. Anyway, by the way, we're getting carried away, aren't we? Let's get into half time, shall we? We've got plenty of work to do, haven't we? We've got our little halftime team talk. I hope you've remembered all of those names, by the way, because now we're going to do some work with them. So forgive me. Let's get over here. Here we go. So let's build from the back here with this squad. Here we go. I reckon our choices are Schwarzer, Bosnich, Ali Al-Habsi, Mark Schwarzer, I think, won a League Cup with Middlesbrough and played in a Europa League final for Fulham. Whereas Mark Bosnich, did he win the Premier League? Isaac's thinking it's got to be Mark Schwarzer. I mean, I think we put Mark Schwarzer in, and if anybody wants to argue the case for Al-Habsi or Bosnich, we'll go for it. It's not African, and no, it is Asian today. So, am I spelling Schwarzer correctly there? Is that Mark Schwarzer? Might need to tidy that up. Okay, what do we got then? So Sleeping Dragoon thinks that Son should be in the team. You're going to have to help me with spellings in the chat as well. Is it Xiong? Is it Hyung Min, or am I making things up there? Or is it actually Hyung Min Sion? It might actually, yeah. And I'm not sure I've done those two names right, so help me out here. Son, it is SCH, okay, SCH, and then Warzar. Yeah, Warzar, got it, thank you. Inamoto, so does Inamoto have a first name that we can get in the chat there? You would go for Ali Al-Habsi because of Oman. I mean, we could. He was a good goalkeeper. I'm pretty sure it was both Wigan and Bolton, I think, wasn't it? It's Hyung Min. Oh, okay, so I spelt Hyung wrong. Let's correct that then, shall we? Hyung Min Son. And it's Junichi Inamoto. Thank you. You're doing sterling work here, chat. Junichi. Minamino's a shout. Junichi Inamoto. Bosnich might have won more with Man United, probably played longer too, but also attracted a lot of controversy. Tim Cahill, I think, is a solid shout in the midfield. I think Mark Viduka is probably a good shout up front. Although we've left Harry Kewell out so far, haven't we? So Harry Kewell, was he a left winger? Pretty sure he played on the left. And Mark Viduka. And I think at right back we're going with Tomiyasu. Is it like that? Tomiyasu? Again, you're going to have to help me with the first name here. Park Ji-sung was in the engine room, wasn't it? And I don't... Someone would have to help me out with the order of Korean names here. So would that be Ji-sung Park? Is that right? So it would be Ji-sung Park, but was referred to as Park Ji-sung. Has to be in there. Has to be in there. We've got Huel, we've got Viduka, we've got Cahill. Ji-sung Park has to be... Oh, Ji-sung Park has to be on the right wing. I thought he played in central midfield. Maybe I'm mistaken. Tomiyasu definitely in as a right back. We can move Son out to play one side with Harry Kuehl. Look at that. It's a good front three there, I think, actually. Of Son, Kuehl, Inamoto, Viduka. Lovely. Yoshida at centre-back. Yeah, Yoshida, I think, is playing in the Bundesliga these days. Is that right? I even just got relegated from the Bundesliga. Is he at Schalke, I want to say? Schalke 04? Be good to get some different nationalities as well. We're very Australian, Japanese, Korean so far. So you're going to have to help me with Yoshida's first name. Is it like Moyeda Yoshida? Park is a family name which comes first, Rook. Okay, so it's Park Ji-sung. Park is the family name. Thank you, Rook. So should it be Son Heung-min then, really? Should Son go first? It's Maya Yoshida. You are all getting Google working hard, aren't you? So thank you for that, Greeno. Yoshida there. Nigel Avery. It's Aaron Moy, isn't it? Aaron Moy, Man City. He was at Huddersfield as well, I think. Oh, you just said that. Don't know if he got any Premier League appearances. I'm sure he moved. I'm sure he's played in the Premier League. By the way, for left back, didn't Spurs have a Korean left back? Steve, I'm sorry, yours was a new gen. Soccer Scenarios has to be Son. If you remember correctly, he broke the record for the most goals for an Asian player. What makes it more impressive, also by playing for Tottenham. Shots fired. Papadoodle, Papal Smoothie Lasuni, Harry Suter could well be in there as well. Although Lucas Neal has been overlooked here. Harry Suter is airily very good. Fairly determined. Moy played for Brighton in the Prem. Thought so. And sorry, Chris, you're giving a shout for Giambash, though he was bang average, bar for an excellent bicycle kick against Chelsea. Craig, apologies for your late arrival. Completely forgot that we would be streaming. You've missed precious little. I've whimpered out the French Cup to a non-league side. Yes, Son should be first. Okay. So let's copy that down first. Say typing it again. Thank you for that, Rook. Good to have someone with Korean knowledge here. So if we get that Spurs left back in, Isaac, so that's going to be Lee Young. No, that's not the player I remember. That's not the player I remember. I don't think it is anyway. Loved him at Spurs. Well, maybe he is then. Lee Young Pro. That name doesn't ring any bells. But I remember Spurs having a Korean left back. It's Lee Young Pyo. Okay. That's the player I remember. And come on, somebody get on the old stats here. How many Premier League appearances did he make? Because I remember him being around for a couple of seasons. And being like a first team player. I'm going to struggle to fit this in, I think, aren't I? Is that right? Pyo. Maya Yoshida is going to have to bunch up a little here. Play a bit closer to old Harry Suter. There's the old OCD taking over. All got to fit in. All got to fit in. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Still don't have a coach, though. Still don't have a coach. Talis is saying Sunji Hai should be in the team. Ali Habsi is actually a person you've met at an airport. Well, there you go. He's got to be in the team now, then. 70 appearances. Yeah, that's a decent number, isn't it? That's a decent number. And if we're having Harry Kewell in the side, I'm guessing Harry Kewell can't coach this side. So we're still looking for our coach. So maybe we might... Are there any Asians or people who've represented an AFC nation who've even been an assistant coach? Is he going to be player manager? The Portsmouth right back in Ligue 1. According to Google, Yong Pyo is now the CEO of Guangzhou. Player manager, could Arsene Wenger? He coached in the J League. I think we're struggling. I think we're struggling for a natural coach. Neil, good afternoon. Just back from work to see what the scallywags are up to. Neil.
Afternoon, everybody.
Welcome in, welcome in. Park Ji-sung is a coach currently. Okay. Missed your own Blue Nose as a bench player. We have. Park Ji-sung as player coach. Whoever Japan's coach is now should get a shout for manager. To get through to the World Cup group in that fashion was insane. We might have to go coachless. Maybe this side will have to coach itself. And we still need a first name on Tomoyasu, please. Come on. Best of order now, please, down in the chat. We need a first name for Tomoyasu. And we need a little spell check on Tomoyasu. Maybe I put too many S's in there. I'm taking an S out. Somebody spell Tomoyasu. Mr. Llama, you strike me as a person who's likely to eat cookies. I've been known. It's no, okay, so I've got it completely wrong. It's Tommy Yasu. So I wasn't even close. It's Tommy Yasu. Still spelt wrong. And what are we doing here? Takahiro. Fabulous. It's Tom Yasu. Yes, thank you. Got it. Move Ji-sung to coach and replace it with Moy. Neil Etheridge. Yep, Neil Etheridge plays for the Philippines. Yes. Of course he does. It's not going to be beating Ali Al-Habsi, though, who I think got over 100 caps for Oman. Park Ji-sung as coach. And get Aaron Moy in. Becomes very Australian then, does. If you fancy a Chinese contingent, Sun Ji-hai at City or Crystal Palace, or Lee Tai, who was at Everton. Well, how about? Well, I feel like, because Park Ji-sung is a multiple Premier League winner. We're trying to create the best team possible. Has to go in that midfield. By the way, that's not quite lined up, and that really bugs me. There we go. Nicer. You'd spell check for you, but you're making nachos, of course. I think that looks fairly nice. I still reckon there's work to do at centre-back. I'm sure if we were to think long and hard, we might come up with a better centre-back. Of course, if there was New Zealand involved, we could have Winston Reid. Bear with me. And we're back. I still think there's a bit of work to do at centre-back, but yeah, maybe Lucas Neal in there. Do you know what? Mitoma is better than... Do you know what I reckon we can do? That's a good shout, isn't it? So let's get those. Let's duplicate them. And if we go with... Harry Kewell as coach, which I know is not great, someone who's sacked by Crawley. And Kewell coached somewhere else more recently as well. I think got sacked from there really quickly. Then, yeah, I think you're right. I think Mitoma is going to be a better choice. And we just need a first name for Mitoma, please. First name. And then Harry Kuehl not getting in. Harry Kuehl. Should never have married someone from Emmerdale, I suppose, but there you go. We're going Cowro, are we? Thank you very much. The chat have been absolutely superb. Kuehl was at Barnet, was it? Simon Thornley has just sold Iqbal in your save for not being Premier Standard. David Granger, hello. Good to see you. Greeno, only Harry Kuehl would pick Inamoto ahead of Kagawa. I don't know. Inamoto was pretty good. Kuehl shouldn't be in the side. A better, better actor than his wife. Okay, we're saving that, I think. In fact, we'll get that downloaded now. What do we want? There we go. Oh, no, thank you. That will be on Twitter later for people to hurl abuse at me for your decisions. There we go. Back in. Let's just jump over as well. Okay, back into Football Manager world we go then. Back into Football Manager. Wasn't Harry Kuehl accused of? Not something I remember. I'm very, very old. Zesh Rahman, of course. Used to play for Fulham and played for Pakistan as well, I think. Zesh Rahman's a good shout. Didn't play a lot in the Premier League, though. If at all, I don't know. Did Zesh Rahman make any Premier League appearances for Fulham? Not that I remember, but obviously I'm not a Fulham follower. Maybe he did. Okay, we're racing towards another game. It's Concano. Boo. By the way, make me feel better about how things are going, by the way. I'm, 8 seasons into a journeyman, and I'm still in the bottom playable division in France. I could have probably started there. Can I have updates, please, as to how your own saves are going? Who are you managing? What year are you in? And what have you won so far? I would like save ideas of like your own save updates. Especially if you're quite far into a save and you've achieved absolutely nothing. That would please me. Yeah. So I didn't think that was Harry Kuehl. I didn't think it was. Tally's just been looking at a list of players from Asia who played in the Premier League, but it was like the early 2000s for Raymond. 03 to 06. That's longer. That's a longer top flight career than I remember him having, actually. So please tell me what club you're managing in Football Manager. How many seasons in are you? And I'm particularly eager for people to say, and I've not won anything yet. That's what I need. That's what the morale is after on this Friday afternoon. Okay, Concano at 18th. So that's flat bottom. Chibotso Bioni Dominguez. Okay, we'll stick with the same side. Do you know what I'm also going to do, though? Let's save the Gerard Depardieu. Beautiful. Let's just take the old James Van Der Beek and remove it. Clear the old slot. Let's copy over the old Gerard Depardieu. And let's just create a more defensive version of it. So what would that involve? That would involve the wing backs not going forward. That would involve the ball-winning midfielder becoming an anchor man. That would involve maybe these players going out wide to support the wing backs on support duties. And We will not pass into space. We will not hit early crosses. We will lower the tempo and we will time waste. And we'll fall into a low block. And then we're going to save that. And we need a French name, please, people. French name. We want celebrities from the 90s, the 80s if we can. Singers, actors. Darren Taylor's 35 years into a save with Macclesfield. Youth only in the Premier League relegation fight every year. That sounds beautiful. Oh, that sounds beautiful. But then imagine when you finally crack the top half. Oh, Greeno just started a new save with Dac in Slovakia. Won the league in the first season. Beating Slovan Bratislava. Very good. Talis restarted his Arundel Youth Challenge and remade the kits. You know I'm a sucker for kits. Rook's been sacked by Abusan. Taylor made game just starting season 3 with Oxford and signed Mikel Antonio as player scout on 4K. Tell me, Spencer, as well. Are you having Harvey Nibbs injury troubles? Because I've started to have Harvey Nibbs injury troubles. David Granger is doing a Build a Nation in Poland with Wisła Kraków. There you go. Wisła Kraków. Not that I've researched how to say that for a forthcoming video. It's 2032 at the moment, and you've got Poland into 6th in the coefficient so far. Shola Taxi. Who was that? Was that Vanessa Paradis? There we go. Vanessa Paradis? That'll do. Okay, so that's going to be our defensive Vanessa Paradis. And we're going to train that. So, Talis, the kits are coming in already. Bear with me one moment. Let's just have a little look at these. You know I'm a sucker for checking out kits whenever they come through. Oh, yeah, nice. Nice. Arundel have changed colours since I played with them about 20 years ago. They used to wear a dark sort of navy and sky blue. Okay, I don't think there's anything else we can put on the bench. I think we go. So Papadoodle Papa Smoothie Lasuni started a new save after getting bored of the Doots. Craig still at now they merge that A and that E together, don't they? So how you say that, I don't know. Burum. But haven't been playing much recently, only in season 3. Tough finances. You've lost both right backs in quick succession, leaving me with just youngsters who aren't ready. So Papadoodle Papa Smoothie Lasuni is at Leighton Orient. Simon Plastic Bertrand. Right, I'm going to go with Raid or Rada. Raid. AC Wolfsberger, 10 years in, won everything in Austria for the last 7. The only thing that you need is the Champions League. I'd imagine that is tough with a smaller Austrian club. I mean, just to be ahead of Salzburg, you're doing very well, aren't you? Rook, that new... Sorry, Soccer Scenarios, you're listening there? Or have you... I know you've got classes at the same time. You might have to be teaching kids, but the new database looks good. Thank you. Nigel. Jules Maigret, or commonly just Maigret, was a famous French fictional detective. Nibbs is very injury prone, and it doesn't say that in like his coach report, or he doesn't say it in mine anyway. But yeah, it seems to be missing huge swathes of the season for me with injury problems, which I'm not very keen on, I have to be honest. Okay, so this is the team that are bottom. So we have work to do here, but we're going to be very frustrated if we don't win this one. Got an early throw in. Van der Merch swings a ball in and Bonnie heads us into the lead. That's very nice. Got No Game is now a decade in at University College Dublin, but can't crack that Champions League. Have you got into the group stages though? Yeah, so you can't get to the knockout stages, but that money has got to be good. Would we move the attacking mid into midfield? Well, we could if they could play there. But Dominguez can't play in central midfield. So we're a little bit short of options. I'm looking at the other clubs and seeing... Chambly are the team that are top of the table. They're the ones that I need to keep an eye on their score, and I missed them. By the way, we're playing Trompsdalen today, by the looks of it. Oh, Trompsdalen. If you know, you know. That club keeps calling me, you know. Sub-Zero Hero 3.0. Or maybe even Sub-Zero, not with Trompsdalen. Alta are there, even further north into the Arctic Circle. I'm already having lots of thoughts. As Bonnie's in for a second. Oh, good finish. Good finish. I'm already having lots of thoughts about FM24. Give me some help in this, by the way, as well. And fairly determined. You might be interested in people's responses to this as well. FM24, what do you prefer when it comes to watching streams? A one-club save or a journeyman? Because you lot have had a lot to say in this journeyman. I always put it to a poll whenever we're thinking of moving on. And you always make me move on. Which leads me to believe that you quite like a journeyman and new clubs and... Oh no, they're back in the game. But, I don't know. I don't know whether for FM24 we might go for a one-club thing. Maybe with some quite extreme restrictions. We can only play left-handed people. I have to stream it underwater. I can only use the mouse with my feet. That kind of restriction. I feel like we might have to maybe do a youth-only stream. Thrash the arms. Far from pleased. I'm only playing you because you got upset. I don't even want you in the team. There we go. There we go. There we go. So what else have we got? When you looked up Arundel, their home kit is white and black. Yeah, us clubs in Norway sometimes do change the colours that they're playing. And the away is navy with white. When I used to play, I used to do Norwegian save after Norwegian save about 20 years ago. Arundel were kind of like sky blue on navy. I remember because or maybe they were navy on sky blue. Because I had a little save with them. Talis, oh no, sorry, just done that. Determined's just moved to Spurs. They're being very Spursy. Papadoodle, Papa Smoothie Lasuni, can you check in on Job Bellingham? I can tell you exactly how he's doing because the club that we were at 2 clubs ago, we had Job at Birmingham. So he's playing in the championship for Birmingham. And he was very, very good. Although in real life, I'm not keen on him because he's leaving Birmingham and moving to Sunderland. And Birmingham are the team I support, so I'm a little bit bitter. Got no game. Money is great. Reputation still not high. Can't attract the players that you'd like to Ireland. It's just the grind then, isn't it? Just got to build and build. Are you professional though? Or can University College Dublin not be professional? Didn't realise you were so far behind the stream. Did you want a new kit for Llama? The one in game makes you want to cry. What's wrong with the one in game? Oh, has Bonnie got a hat trick? Or is it offside? It's offside. Carlisle finished with just under 15,000 tickets sold. Your average is 7,000. I think the main issue with not is lack of trains on match day. So you got to stay in London. So Talis, depends on the challenge. Isaac, just don't think we have found the right story yet. You enjoy watching what you enjoy playing. Do you know what, Rook? I enjoy every game of Football Manager, I think. Like when you click with a team, we will all love it as long as you enjoy it. Yeah, Feetball. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, Feetball Manager. A journeyman is always fun, maybe with a certain area like Scandinavia or the Balkans. Nigel, don't tempt me with an Asian journeyman because I'll start that save right now. Got no games professional. Go full Brav. I'm not going full Braverman. I found out about a year ago that I went to the same university as Priti Patel, and I sent my degree certificate back and said I don't want it. And Priti Patel is to the left of Suella Braverman. We've restricted Concano to one shot. Alarmingly, they scored with that one shot. Also alarmingly, I forgot to make any substitutions in the second half because I was reading all of your comments. But we've done okay there, I think. We've done all right. Another win. Another win. We're bouncing back. So after the absolute aberration of a performance in the Cup, we've bounced back with 2 wins, but an alarming lack of clean sheets recently. I guess that doesn't matter too much if we're winning games, but I do like a clean sheet. James Harris, what's Priti doing it? I don't know. Welcome in, Jarris, by the way. Good knowledge of remembering where I went to university as well. You've played FM since the last FM, and just yesterday you got your first ever job offer from QPR. Very happy. Benjamin, so what's the squad then? Had a shower, so didn't know the full squad. All right, bear with me then. Bear with me. We were struggling for coaches. I don't mind admitting we were struggling for coaches, but we've got Ali Al-Habsi as the keeper. We've got a back 4 of Tomiyasu, Suta, Yoshida, and Lee Young Pyo. Then we've got Son and Mitoma. I think we could swap the wings of those to tidy it up. Cahill, Park Ji-sung, and Inamoto with Mark Viduka up front. And Harry Kewell coaching. Which I don't know. I don't know how keen we are on that, but that's our side. That's our side. Nick Griffin is to the left of Rahman. Nigel, good job. We can't manage in Rwanda. Otherwise, we could be signing only players like to be deported. What do you think, Benjamin, of the squad as well? Do you approve? Good team. Good team, I think. One day, I'd like to put all of these squads. I'd like to take all these squads that we create and put them into a Football Manager database, put them in a league together to see who wins. Our all-time African 11, I think, was pretty good. That was a good squad. And our best French players to ever play in the Premier League, I think, was a pretty impressive squad as well. I think they'd be very good. We've got 8 days to go until our next game. Why so long? It's a biggie. We're going to take on Auxerre. You've shared some Le Mans kits. You could do a journeyman where a club has been founded due to English influence. Do you know what, Sean? Funny you should say that. I've thought about that because I do quite a lot of research for Save Ideas videos, and I've frequently come across clubs who were founded by English people. Lot of Italian ones, lots in Spain, lots in South America. Excuse me, getting tired. It's only 2:42 in the afternoon. Goodness me. What I'm going to be like later when I'm on a panel for a draft show, I don't know. Try and squeeze in an old man nap before that. You were just thinking that it would be awesome. You could even stream it. The only trouble is I've only picked 11 players for each of those. So there have to be no injuries. And probably wouldn't be able to register a squad either. But it would be interesting. But yeah, a journeyman of clubs with English influence. That could be interesting. That could be interesting. I also fancy doing something like a Mercenary for a stream as well. Although I also fancy doing a second series of Mercenary for a YouTube series. Don't know, lots to think about. Currently got another YouTube series that I'm thinking about at the moment to squeeze in before the end of FM23. Well, it'll be a short one, but perhaps only clubs in countries that were part of the Commonwealth Talis, a new Sub-Zero would be good. Salty, got to head off, Llama. Off out in a bit for a late lunch with Mrs. Salty. You're living the dream. On a Friday of all things. Enjoy. Thank you for stopping in. How far can Llama get before being frozen out and fired? I think we'd probably measure that in seasons rather than progression up a pyramid, wouldn't we? Okay, God, it's taken a long time to get to game day. Apologies. There must have been an international break here. Taking on Auxerre, who are third. I'm pretty sure I saw Auxerre lose their last game. Our goalkeeper has got the second highest pass completion rate in the division. Not playing it long, that's good. Hopefully we can bounce into the Auxerre game with our strongest side available apart from Sir Harvey Nibbs. And where are we time-wise now? We're November, early November. 2 months to navigate before I can get any more players in. We really could do with some more players in. You're allowed to register up to 99 players in France. So it's not like there's any squad restrictions. It's all budgetary restrictions. You're only allowed 3 non-EU players. And bringing in a couple of Englishmen has contributed to that. But we could really do with some reinforcements. Centre halves, I think we're just about okay. But fullbacks, central midfielders, attacking midfielders, strikers. You reckon you could sneak in a cheeky international save with L'armenia? I see what you've done there. I see what you've done. Big fan of your work. Okay, Gosset struggling for fitness. Well, we might just go and change then. Maybe just bringing Burrows back in. Well, that's a nice little line there between those two as well. That's nice. Oh no, they're playing the wrong way around. Okay. Didn't spot that last game. Okay. This is quite a big game, Auxerre. Pick up where you were left off. Let's get out there. Let's also get the old league table up. Where's that going to be? So we're a distance clear. We're only 1 point behind Chambly, which is good. But if we lose this, we'll be on 33 and Auxerre... Well, no, we'll be on 32 and Auxerre will move up to 28. So if we could win this at the same time as Chambly losing, by the way, that would be good. And they are at home to Set, and Set are the only team to beat us this season. So that would be good. Do you know what, Atalis? Again, I can also see myself doing a South American, or maybe like Brazilian Serie C team. I like the idea of that as well. So many saves. So many saves. I could quite happily do a dozen. God, this has been a very, very uneventful first half here. Are we getting a single highlight? You'd say that maybe we've shaded it, but absolutely nothing. Nothing going on. Okay, well let's move that back around again. Maybe that wasn't the worst thing in the world. Elkan Baggett not playing well and booked. But he never plays well when we bring him in. Yeah, the chances of me dancing on stream are slim to non-existent, I would say. Could you do a Brazilian save where you move to each different region to try and win all the state championships? Oh, I didn't factor in the state championships. Yeah. There's a lot of games in Brazil, aren't there? That's why I'd never do a YouTube series there, because there are 300 games a season. This is not quite a kickoff highlight, but it's come about very quickly. Baggett, who we were thinking about substituting, strides forward. Bonnie is in. He needs support, I think. No, I take it back. I tell you what, telling them off at the break has done wonders because they've come straight out and scored. No, the Brazilian teams like, yeah, it's a lot of games, Talis. I think 50 is probably on the conservative side, to be honest. But going from, or taking a Serie C side all the way up and rubbing shoulders with Sao Paulo, Palmeiras, Corinthians, that would be good. Dominguez swings in, tipped over the bar. Oh no, struck the bar. It's goal kick. Chambly a 1-1. We'll take that. They've had to come from behind just to get to that. We'll take it. We're looking for tired legs. Not seeing any at the moment. Seeing it out quite nicely. And we've started training that defensive formation. So we'll switch to that for the last 5 to 10 minutes, I would say. We might take off Etienne Kamara for Warren Bondo. Fresh legs in midfield. We're keeping an eye on the clock. Also keeping an eye on the Chambly scoreline. Let's say 83. 83 we hit. Okay. So we'll give Vanessa Paradis her debut. How's this going to work then? There we go. Like that. In fact, not like that. So we're going to bring Mfandi on. That's it. We'll do that. We're gonna take Baggett off because he's been booked. Do that. Boateng we'd like to change, but I don't think we've got the legs for it. In fact, we will take Corey and Darber off and do that. There we go. And we keep a substitution up our sleeve. See, can we eke out? Oh no, it's highlight time. We're on the ball. Can we eke out a 1-0 win against Auxerre? I would say we'd be pretty pleased with that. We've lost the ball in the midfield. We've got a player running in behind our defence. We've won it back. Fired it long. Okay. Got to do it all again. We've won it back again and lost it again. Oh, that's okay. That's not even really a chance. On key highlights here. I'm not sure that warranted a highlight. Okay. I will go all the way up to full time wasting. See out the game. Nice. Very nice. There's me still wearing a Birmingham City tracksuit. Not changed. Oh, that's my QPR tracksuit. Well done, lads. Good win. Okay, did we sneak to the top of the league? Yeah, so state, regional, national and cup. And the state champs have to play loads of youngsters. How are you managing a female side? I don't know. Who's managing a female side? We're top of the table. Back to the top. That's good. Chambly are just stumbling. Just that little bit. Quite pleased with that. Quite pleased with that. Anyway, where are we? 252. You said Vanessa Bandy. No, I said Vanessa Paradis. Vanessa Paradis is the name of our tactic. Yeah, sorry. I give all my my tactics names after 90 celebrities. And that one is called Vanessa Paradis. Thank you very much for joining me on a Friday afternoon. A big ask, I realise. We're all very busy, hurtling our way in towards the weekend. Absolutely delighted that 143 of you have joined me this afternoon. Thank you very much. We will be back on Monday, of course, 1 PM UK. We'll play a little bit over the weekend, I think. We'll try and get a few more games under our belt, and maybe by the time you come back we'll be around that January transfer window time, and we'll see whether we've got any reinforcements in. Head over to the Manager's Seat YouTube channel right now. There's a video that I've done with our good friend Soccer Scenarios. It's a good old watch as well, and if you are looking for a Football Manager save, honestly, I think there might be the idea for you in that video. If not, tomorrow on the Manager's Seat, I've got a second video coming out. It's going to have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 6 different clubs that could be your next save, courtesy of another little collaboration with Simon Thornley. So you have a brace of Save Ideas videos in the next 24 hours over on the Manager's Seat. Have a very lovely weekend. I will see you very, very soon, and enjoy the rest of your day.